Hello everybody, this is Flora and this is my web technology lab experiment number 3. So today what we got to do is we have to design this web page. Yeah, so let's start with the title. Now if you see there is a shadow that can be seen. So how do I design this? First of all, today I've used an external style sheet and I have linked it using a link tag. Now what we have to do for the text shadow is we just let's see we can change the color to red. If suppose it's red, and this 3 pixel and 3 pixel is for the how much left and right do you want the shadow to fall. So if you can see, this is the shadow that is visible. Now next we have designed is we have defined navigation bar I've designed using ordered list. Now since I've not mentioned the type, that's why it's not showing whether it's in one in a type in the numerical format or an alphabetical format. You can see another important property. Whenever I hover over the tabs, I can see the color change of it. Now how is that done? That is done using a pseudo class function, hover. So you just have to change the background color. Next we have done is we have used a background image. I've set the background image width to 100% so that it occupies the entire screen area. Height can be changed, and then this is the text that I have used above it. Now how is that done? That is done using positioning. Now what is position? Position property specifies the type of positioning method. Now there are 4 types of positioning methods: static, relative, absolute and fixed. So what is all of them? You can see this bar, even if we go down to the web page, this bar remains constant, this bar. So that is used fixed property and fixed position. Next we have is relative. Relative is when you have an element and you position it relative to that element. So if you say left 20% or 20 pixels, so that is called relative. You can use the entire HTML document or body as your main element. Then we have absolute. Absolute is element is position relative to the first position, which is non-static and sister element. Static is the default which we use. Default, if you don't mention any of the position element, then that would be static element. So yeah, so this we have used using an absolute. So we have given position, we have given its left and right, which is with respect to the body. If you can see, it's absolute, and then we have given left how much pixel and top how much pixel with respect to the body. Next we have is 3 divisions. These 3 divisions have a picture, and over it we have an paragraph or a text over it. So how do we do this? This can be designed using width, setting your width and then setting these 3 images and inline block so that it doesn't goes to next line. And then this is using a paragraph tag. Now how do I get this? You can see a transparency. So how do I get that transparency? Is using an opacity property. So opacity is for the transparency of an element, and its values is from 0.0 to 1.1. We can use RGB also. Opacity, what is the difference? Is that your child elements will be affected if you use opacity, but since we don't have a child element, we can use opacity for this case. Now you can see the space. Now this space, to show it, we can inspect this element and we can see the space. So how do I create the space? If you can see this space, the right space that we have. Now how do we create this? Is we create this using the margin right property. So what we do over here is margin right image 2, we put a pixel, and that is, we specify a specific pixel. That is how we get this space that we have. Next you can see this. Next we have is we have to design 2 subheading division. That is again done using the margin property, and this is an opacity that is used, and this is the color. So the subheading, we need it to be different. So we have subheading different properties. We have given an opacity and what is the font size, the color, and the next we have is sub data. What is the data inside it? So for that we don't need any particular opacity or thing. It's just a green color, and then you can do with it. Next we have is the footer. Footer is a box where we have address specified and the color specified. So yeah, we have the footer. So we have the color, since we used background color blue, and so this is my lab experiment. Thank you.